back.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Panda is back. And we have a video review today. I seen this earlier in the week. Former Hazzbula terrorist fighter comes to Jesus. So he was locked up in a jail cell, and
a lot of people come to Jesus in jail. Yeah.
But he was with Islam first. But he was actual terrorist, like a Hazzbula fighter for, I believe that's in Iran. But I thought it was pretty good. We can look into this.
I can't wait till we have a producer.
Here in North America as Hazzbula, and I served in that army for 3 years.
After a 2-year stint in Pakistan, Javid was arrested in Malaysia for carrying illegal passports.
Do they see us still?
He was thrown into prison. There, he had a strange encounter.
And I would just meditate in the verses of Quran. And once as I was doing that, I felt just a fear, just feeling my heart, and I felt literally a presence of a spirit. This spirit immediately made me feel like my life is in danger. I knew in my heart what we call shayateen.
I've had that feeling before.
Satanic, demonic.
And I've only had it one time. I'll share it later. I'm sorry.
When you talk, they can't hear him.
Okay.
Same for me too. If I was talking, they can't hear.
Okay.
him.
Same.
So I started rebuking it in the name of Allah, and I just cried out in Farsi, my own native language.
Islam, God.
Said, God, help me. And the moment I said that, as clear as you hear my voice, I heard a voice. And that voice said, bring the name of Jesus. And the words that came out of my mouth sounded without thinking, Jesus, if you are true, show me yourself. And before I was finished with the sentence, that spirit had run away. And that is how my story basically began. That is not my story of conversion, but that's the beginning of my confusion.
Confusion because though Jesus is considered a holy prophet in Islam, he's not someone Muslims pray to or call upon.
Right.
In the weeks that followed, that confusion grew.
Why would Jesus help you? How come Jesus' name did this, and so on and so forth? And so I asked and prayed and fasted that he would show me what way would he like me to follow.
We need a fast.
And so after 2 weeks, I had no answer. And when I didn't have an answer, and I didn't get any signs, it made me really upset. We must understand, in our mind, we are different. We are very passionate people. We pour our hearts out for someone we would give our life for someone we love. And because
when he says we would, what does he mean? We?
I think he means the
Christian.
I think he was talking about the Iranian Arab people.
Okay.
I had not heard an answer. It made me very angry, and in rage I yelled at God and said, "You don't exist."
As a Muslim, denouncing Allah was an unforgivable sin. But then he had another strange encounter in his cell.
And then I felt the whole room filled with the holy presence of God. It is as if time stops. You know things about God without him ever saying anything to you. The first thing I knew about him was his holiness. I knew he's a holy God. And I knew that he's just. And I knew immediately that simultaneously these things are going through my mind and my heart. And I knew I'm unholy. This is in spite of all the good things I've done in my life. I knew that I have sins in my life, and I knew that he's just and he must judge me, and because of his justice, I deserve death.
But that didn't happen. Instead, he felt a tap on his shoulder.
Right at that moment, I felt a touch on my left shoulder and a voice that says, "I forgive you." And
some people hear it audibly, some people never do.
Well, subconsciously.
Right.
So this is a big difference if you listen to this
And
part.
I think because he knows me so well, he knows I would not maybe do well with audibly.
didn't understand.
Your breath stinks.
I did not understand how could that be possible? Because I heard.
What? Why are you looking like that? You look weird.
Okay.
Why do you look like that?
I'm happy. I'm smiling, you weirdo. You're weird.
Close your teeth.
Forgiveness,
Close my teeth.
but we cannot know His forgiveness till the day of judgment.
I'm just going to light
You see what he said with Allah?
I cannot
you
know
don't
His forgiveness.
until the day of judgment. Now with Jesus, this is.
So I said, who are
It
you?
was. That's why I'm smiling.
And He said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. I did not understand what that means because I had never heard those words.
I thought it said the light.
So I said, what is your name? And he said, Jesus Christ, the living God. I fell on the floor.
See, here, John 14:6, which is what he was saying. Jesus answered, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. Onward.
Yeah.
What?
What do you
He told his fellow prisoners what happened. Some shunned him, others followed him to faith. But Javi knew he needed more than his story, so he prayed for a Bible. His answer came through a fellow prisoner.
Then he reached out from his back and said, this is for you, this is what you have asked for. And I looked at it, and it's a book. There's nothing written on the cover, but I knew it's a Bible. He grabbed it out of his hand.
You get that wisdom.
Ran to the room, thank God, kissed it as we do. And when I opened it, it was in a language I couldn't read. So I thought, thank you for the Bible, but you have sent me the wrong language. And he said, no, read this. I said, but I can't. He said, read that. I said, but I can't. I don't know this language. He said, read. I said, and as I looked upon the page, the words came alive. I could read and I could understand.
It was written in English, a language he didn't know then, but one he preaches in today. His message is for everyone, though his heart is for Muslims. He's never shied away from sharing.
So that was a part of the video I wanted to watch.
No,
that was good.
Rewind that.
Well, that was like majority of it. That was like the basic.
Well, I didn't hear the last sentence.
Did you want me to go back?
I just want to hear what the last sentence
Story,
was.
though it's nearly cost him his life.
Okay.
I went to a mosque in Bangladesh.
I wanted to hear the last sentence.
Yeah, that was good.
What's the last thing he said?
It nearly cost him his life.
No, that's what that just said. Before you turned it off, that.
He didn't. The Bible was.
Why don't
written
you
in
just
English.
rewind it?
Psychopath.
Hey, his message is for everyone, though.
Don't.
You should read. I said. And as I looked
You
upon
did it
the
too-
page, the words
too
came
far.
alive. I could
He was
read
about to
and
say
I could
it.
Understand.
It was written in English, a language he didn't know then, but one he preaches in today. His message is for everyone, though his heart is for Muslims.
Yeah.
He's never shied away from sharing his story, though it's nearly cost him his life.
I went to a mosque.
All right,
in
that's what I don't
Bangladesh.
understand. About his heart is for. I don't get that. His heart is.
So this kind of relates to it. I thought it was a good couple verses we could look at. Acts 2:14, when Peter addresses the crowd. Did you want to start? You want me to read?
No, go ahead. You've done everything else on your own.
Then Peter stood up with the 11, raised his voice, and addressed the crowd. Fellow Jews and all of you who live in Jerusalem, let me explain this to you. Listen carefully to what I say. These people are not drunk as you suppose. It's only 9 a.m. No, this is what was spoken by the prophet Joel. So this kind of goes along with the video. In the last days, God says, I will pour out my spirit on all people. Your sons and your daughters will prophesy. Your young men will see visions. Your old men will dream dreams. Even on the servants, both men and women, will pour out my spirit in those days, and they will prophesy. I will show wonders in the heavens above and the signs on the earth below, blood and fire and billows of smoke. The sun will be turned to darkness and the moon to blood before the coming of the great and glorious days of the Lord, and everyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved.
Isn't that the message that you sent me today?
No. So that's what I had. Anything else you want to talk about?
I like the trivia.
The trivia didn't work out that much.
We only did it one time. I think that they would like to play along, you know.
They can't see the cards though, so it's kind of...
No, they can't see the cards, but it's the same thing. We say it, then they're, guessing it, the answer too. That's what I want to do.
I know. I know.
asked me.
You said it several times over the past couple of weeks.
Well, that's what I enjoy to do. So there's that. Maybe I should just read the Bible like one of them haters out there said. I should really read the Bible more.
Who said that?
I don't know his
That's
name.
my fault.
I wouldn't call him out, but one of them.
I was saying you didn't know the Bible.
Right.
That was one of the comments.
And I mean that I never said that. I didn't get up here and proclaim like, oh, I read the Bible. I know the whole Bible. Like I've said 100 times, I don't, and that's why I do this. So, whatever.
Well, that was good. We will see y'all next week.
That's it?
Yeah, I don't got anything else to talk about unless you got something.
I think that the only thing I have to share about what you found to talk about, I think that it says something about the Spirit when, it's only in church when people are talking about it, that you see His Spirit so powerful that's when people that usually don't cry or usually don't show emotion of all the time in church, or when they say Jesus Christ or they're telling their story, it's always like, it's not like that could all be made up, that they cry.
Yeah.
Sometimes I won't be emotional all week, but then when I'm in church, I will just cry. So that stuck out to me when he was crying.
Or cry all weekend in church. Yeah. Or cry all week and then don't cry in church.
See, when you do things like that, you're belittling your mother, and it's a sin.
I don't mean to.
Yeah, you do, because I pointed out, and you still do it. So that is, you're not sorry, and you do mean to.
Well, I guess is the be real portion of the podcast. I guess we're being real.
Yeah, he's very disrespectful to his mother.
Very disrespectful to my child.
Okay, I'm a child. I mean, keep in mind, he did invite me to come stay in his house just to belittle me.
Belittle you. You've taken over the house. This is no longer mine.
You said all you wanted was the basement, and then you changed up. You changed up. I don't know. I'm trying to move out, but I can't, we've only been together for a little bit. I hope that you keep this rolling, too, when you play it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, and I did have a car accident. My brain was bleeding. I'm trying to get on my feet. Lord.
I don't think the car accident was... Honor your mothers and your fathers.
You don't think was the car accident made up?
No, the car accident happened. I think the brain happened way before that.
Again.
But I don't know. Who am I to know? I don't know. Anything else you wanted to talk about? That was good about crying. Because you can't really fake that.
Nope, I guess that's it.
All right, well, we'll see y'all next week.
Peace.